So now that we understand how to give dawah, we understand the prophetic method, and we understand the state, how we should be when we give that dawah, calm and gentle, when to be firm, etc. Now we're going to address 3 frequently asked questions which maybe you guys might have had, or maybe after I mention them, you're like, that's actually a very good question. The first one is, do I advise in private or in public? The second one is, what if people reject my advice? And the third frequently asked question is, how often should I be advising people? If I see someone committing the same sin over and over again, how often should I be advising them? These are the 3 frequently asked questions we're going to address right now. The first one, do I advise in private or in public? Now, if we look at the reality of the world around us today, we will realize that advice is pretty much given to humiliate people. Let's be honest with each other. People rush to advise publicly. They make videos about each other, cancelling each other, speaking about each other. Look at what's happening online, and they fuel this cancel culture. Everyone gets the popcorn out, and then they take sides, and then they support this reality of cancelling other people, other Muslims as well. And also think about the group chats that you're in on WhatsApp as well. How many times have you slipped up or your friends slipped up, and the first thing that came to mind is, instead of advising them privately, I'm going to advise them publicly because it gives you this ego boost. Very, very common as well. Sadly, advice has become about winning over people when it should be about winning with people. You see? And so the question is it correct to advise people publicly like that? As you guessed, absolutely not. The default position is that you go to someone privately if you see a mistake. So if you're scrolling on social media and you see someone that you feel like if you advise them, they will take that advice, you go to their DMs and you advise them privately. Same if it's someone in person, your friend, your family member, and a colleague at work, anything. Advise people privately first. And know that Imam Shafi'i, the great scholar, he once said, whoever advises his brother in private has been sincere to him and has protected his reputation. But whoever advises him in public has humiliated him and has betrayed him. If you're someone who rushes to advise people publicly, you are humiliating and betraying your own brother. So you should go to private first. Wait until that person is alone. Reach out to them in DM. Make sure they're in a good mood. Follow the 4-step where you actually have to praise them first, or say kind words about them, or build some rapport first, then deliver the advice privately. This is what you should do. You see? You follow the 4-step framework privately. But then that begs the question, what if that person is committing a public sin? Very common question. What do you do in that case? The first thing you do, if they're committing a public sin that is affecting other people and influencing people negatively, is you advise them privately with the 4-step framework. But if they don't listen to your advice and they continue influencing people negatively and they continue in that public sin, that's when you can publicly say something, but keep your words to a minimum. Keep your words to a minimum. This is in the case of the believer. If it's a disbeliever, go all out because you need to establish the truth. But when it's with a believer, keep your words to a minimum. Just make a few words of warning to tell the people, hey, don't take from that person. Don't listen to that person. Don't be influenced by that person. Done and dusted, move on. Sadly, what we find today is that people make documentaries about each other. This person is this, he was born in this city, his birthday is on this date, he's misguided because of XYZ, even his mother is like that. It gets very, very crazy nowadays. Don't make a documentary. You're speaking about the honor of your brother. And so just make a few words about them and you move on. You see? So that is the etiquettes of advising people privately or publicly.